Hello everyone. Today our topic is about XML Unit 3 and my topic is DDT. DDT means Document Type Definition. It is a type of declaration to describe XML language and its syntax and validity of the structure. It has some set of rules about XML language. XML language should follow those rules to follow the syntax. You can see the DDT syntax here. Exclamatory mark, doc type, element, DDT identifier. Here exclamatory mark, doc type is a delimiter. Delimiter means some set of one or more characters to declare some data, either its ending or beginning. Here element means root element. We can see about this in upcoming slides. DDT identifier. We know the meaning of identifier. Identifier means it uniquely determines something. Here also for the DDT definition, DDT identifier is something unique. It may be something URL or some file location. Here some declarations are there. These are optional, which may or may not be present. First one is delimiter. Second one, element. Element tells the parser to parse that document. Parser means it will split the data into small elements to convert it into another language. We should use parser similar to compiler only. Next one, identifier. We have already discussed that it may be something path to a file or some URL. If DDT is pointing to external path, it is called external subsets. And next one, square brackets. We have seen some declaration inside the square brackets, which may be optional. If there are some optional list of entity declarations, it can called as internal subset. Next one is types of DDT. We have two types of DDT. One is internal DDT and second one is external DDT. We have some DDT declaration and some XML document. The way these both are connected, we can have the types. First one, internal. If the DDT document or something syntax is specified inside the XML document, then it is known as internal DDT. If they are both separated and then linked separately, then they are known as external DDT. In the slide, we can see the syntaxes of both DDTs. Here, internal DDT syntax. Exclamatory mark doc type is a delimiter. Next one is root element, and next one are element declarations. These are very important for definition of DDT. We can see them while we are explaining the example. Next one is external DDT. We have already said that external DDT definition is something separate document. So we should provide that file name here in the syntax. Now we'll see the internal DDT example and syntax deeply. Here in internal DDT definition is inside the XML files. How can we know that something is internal or external? For that, we have some standalone attribute in XML. It must be set to S for an internal DDT. Here we can see the syntax. Here root element is name of the root element. In the example of internal DDT, we can see that this root element belongs to the XML syntax. And element declaration. Here we will declare some elements of XML document. Here we can see the example of internal DDT. We have already said that internal DDT is specified inside an XML document. So that we should first declare that this document is XML. In the first line, we can see the XML document syntax declaration. First line is about the declaration. From second line onwards, This one is DDT definition. Next, this is XML document. Here we can see the address is the main tag for that XML document. This becomes the root element of our DDT. We have seen that in the syntax, exclamatory mark, doc type. Next, we have root element. That one is here address. After that, we have element declarations here. First, we should see that what elements are present in that specified XML document. Here we have name, company, and phone elements. Here we have declared that these 3 element declaration. But before that, we should declare what are the elements of that specific XML document. That one is here. Here, exclamatory mark doc type is used to declare that DDT. Next one, exclamatory mark is used for element declarations. First line is about exclamatory mark element and then root element and then a list of the elements present in that XML document. After that, we will go for individual element declarations. Here, hashtag PC data is parsed character data. It is used for a parser to parse that specific element. Its declaration is used for that purpose. Next one is a declaration. Exclamatory mark element is some element declaration. After that, element name, and then we should write hashtag PC data. Always DDT definition should be at the start of the XML document. Here we will see the description about that example. We have already told that starting declaration must be XML declaration. Next one, DDT. After the XML header or declaration, we should specify that this is something DDT document. We have used an exclamatory mark for that. This declaration is used for the parser to parse the data. Next one, body type. Next one, body. Body in the sense all the element declaration comes under in this category. Here we can see that the first element declaration is here and its explanation. PC data means parsed character data. Next one, end declaration. After the DDT body is completed, we should end it with square bracket and then greater than symbol. We have some rules for specifying or declaring DDT. First one, DDT definition first must be at the start of the document. Second one, we have some set of rules for declaring DDT document. First one is always DDT should be at the start of the XML document. Second one is about DDT declaration. Similar to exclamatory mark doc type for the DDT declaration, element declaration should start with exclamatory mark. After that, element word should be present. Next one is root element must be same at the DDT definition and XML document. Here we can see that address is same in both. Here it is the root element of both. That's all for rules. And thank you.
Hello everyone, myself Alekhya. Now I am going to explain external DTD and its types. As we have seen earlier, that there are two types of DTD in XML. One is internal DTD and another one is external DTD. Internal DTD is already explained before, and now we will see external DTD. In external DTD, DTD is defined outside the XML file and the elements are declared in this file, which means that instead of describing them in XML document, we will declare them in some other file which is saved with .dtd extension, and reference for DTD is provided in XML document. And for any XML document, standalone attributes are generally declared, and for external DTD, standalone attribute is declared as no, because no indicates that the XML file needs data from outside. And the .dtd file contains only DTD declarations in it. So next, this is the syntax for external DTD. Here, doc type refers to the type of the document, and root element, or also known as the parent element, which is to be specified, and system is the keyword here, and file name is the file which is saved with .dtd extension. And any XML document will have only one root element. So next, we will go for the example. So this is the example for external DTD. Here, as you see, open angular bracket and the question mark, XML version is equals to 1.0. This is the declaration for XML and used for any XML document. And here, encoding equals to UTF-8. This is specified. This generally specifies the character encoding in document. And here, as you said, standalone attribute is set as no for external DTD. So this is the body. Document type is declared here, and address, this is the root element here, and system is the keyword used as you have mentioned earlier. And address.dtd is the .dtd file in which the elements are declared outside the XML file. So here, address, this is the opening tag, and for the other elements like name, company, phone, we have declared this name as ABC and company is Samsung, and some phone number is given here. So next, this is the continuation for that example, and that this is the .dtd file which contains the external, elements which are declared externally. Here, this is the opening tag, and address is the root element, and name, company, phone are the elements in this. So here, name contains, and name, company, phone all contains hash PC data. Generally, contents of elements are accessed with this help of hash PC data. PC data refers to parsed character data. And here, element does not have closing tag. This means that this is a singleton tag. And next, there are generally two types of external DTD. One can refer external DTD using system identifiers and as well as public identifiers. And there are no restriction on using any of this. So first we will see system identifiers. Generally, system identifiers enables us to specify the location of an external file containing DTD declaration. And here, this is the syntax for the external, system identifiers. So doc type, name, system, and address.dtd. So here, system is the keyword used here, and address.dtd, it is the file in which the elements are declared outside the XML file. So here, we will find the location of that file exactly. And another one is public identifiers. And unlike system identifiers, this will provide the address of the .dtd file. Instead of that, this will provide us the mechanism to locate the DTD resources. And here is the syntax for this public identifiers. In this, if you see, we used the word public here. This is the keyword used to identify that we are using the public identifiers. This will not provide the direct address of that DTD file which is saved. Instead of that, this will provide us the mechanisms, like it will provide us the path or something else. And public is the keyword, as you already know that. And this is public identifiers are used to identify an entry in a catalog. And we can use the any format here, but the most commonly used format is formal public identifiers, which is known as FPI. And next we will see the XML introduction and syntax further. Thank you.